Hello and welcome back. If you're new to my channel, I'm Deirdre, and today I'm here to talk about my mid-year reset because it's July. Now, you might believe it's July. I'm finding it really difficult to believe it's July already. I think it's about May. I don't know where the year's gone. Well, that's not true. I do kind of know where the year went, but only part of it, so it's a bit of a shock. But every year I like to do sort of a reset, mid-year thing. It's because it's the beginning of the new financial year for a lot of companies and things, and I lived in that world for a long time. So it's a really good split, and it's you've got 6 months of the year left, so that's what I always think. Hey, well, if I didn't get stuff done in the first half of the year, then maybe I can get it done in the second. And for that reason, I like to have a bit of a checkup. Now, you might like to do this with me, because my checkup is pretty generic. It comes back to having expectations of yourself and knowing what you want a little bit. And if you don't really know what you want out of life, then it's a good time to think about what your dreams are, because dreams are not just an area that 18 and 20-year-olds can own. I think we need to have dreams that go right through our lives and say, well, they change, obviously. I mean, I am not dreaming of climbing Everest. No, I never dreamed of climbing Everest, I'm kidding. I don't really like the cold, let alone not being able to breathe properly. So no, climbing Everest was never my thing. But you get what I mean. That at every part of our lives there can be dreams and have different sorts of things that we can work on for ourselves to bring something out of ourselves that will make us feel happy. So for me, I do a quick check. It's about, really there are five things. Okay, 5 things I check, and in no particular order. I think about, right, how's my creativity going? Because I think creativity for me is such a huge part of my life, and I don't feel right unless I can be creative in some way. Now, what am I doing that's creative? Well, I do this. This is creative, and I've had to learn so much in order to be able to do this. So that's definitely part of it. My home is sort of a wee bit of a canvas for me. That's definitely a creative canvas, and I really enjoy that. I used to garden a lot, and that was very much a creative canvas, but I'm not in that situation anymore. So I've really got to make more use of my little balcony garden, and I think I'm going to spread out down into the communal areas because, hey, nobody else does, so it's just maintained. So I think that may be an area I can take on, as well as doing something along the front of my entranceway. So that's creative. Now the other thing, I thought I've got to get back into blogging, because writing for me was really creative, but now we've got this wonderful opportunity to be able to take photos anywhere and everywhere. So I think that a blog that incorporates photos of just life, daily things that I see that I'm interested in, I think I'd be happy to do that again. In fact, that is really important. So that's going to go right up the top, number one, along with talking to you and playing with my house a bit. Now, okay, so that's creativity. What's the next one? Well, I think really it's social. It's keeping that connection with friends that is so important, the people in our lives, the people in our community. And when I get busy, I am terrible at this. Not quite, but nearly. I can forget to put up my hand and say, hello, how are you? Are you doing okay? Let's have lunch. I don't want to be so busy that there's not room for people that I care about in my life. So I'm going to work harder on that. I'm going to make sure I'm out there, that I do get in contact with people I haven't seen for a while. I put a bit more effort in, because physical is number 3. If I'm not fit physically and I'm not happy. And it's one of those things. I've got to keep my fitness up. I love to walk. I like the gym. I have been going to the gym on and off, but it has been difficult this month. So back to a routine at the gym, back to lots of walking again, especially now that I can sort of aim for spring. Hey, it's only 2 months away, she said cheerfully, because it's a bit cold and miserable. It's been nice today, I can't complain. Now the other thing is financial. Now, I have a system that works perfectly well for things like paying my insurance and paying my car services and maintenance and all of those sorts of things, and that means that there's always a pool of funds there waiting that have been set aside, ready to pay any of the bigger and recurring expenses. What I'm not so good at is managing that day-to-day sort of, oh, isn't that lovely, and buy it sort of thing. So I'm definitely going to have a no-spend July. Well, whatever that means. I'm going to have a month where I don't buy frivolous anything sort of ones, and I'm going to keep a track of what I spend outside of those major recurring expenses. So look, I even have a book. It is empty. I can't show you anything in it yet because there is nothing in it yet. But I'm going to show you once a week what I've spent my money on. And today, so far so good, nothing. This is a good thing. That's going to be a biggie for this month for financial. And the fifth and last one is learning. And I've been thinking for a long time that I really need to get myself back reading again. I'm just not reading the way I used to, and some of it is because I spend too much time watching YouTube and television in general, and that's sort of become my downtime, whereas it used to always be to go to a book. So I'm turning off the TV and I'm going ahead and making sure that I have a book that I'm going to every day for say half an hour when I first get up in the morning, that it's part of my calm, have a cup of tea, read a book for half an hour and get myself back into that habit. So I'm saying a book a week for the rest of the year. So what's that? 26 books to come, which will be interesting. I'll tell you what they are when I've been reading them. And by the way, the other thing that counts are the audiobooks. And mostly I just have things that are fun to listen to, the junk food ones. But sometimes I get ones that are about productivity and thinking about how you live your life, and they are rather fun and interesting to think about as well. Now, what that comes down to, of course, now is productivity. And that was something else I wanted to talk about. It's sort of not in those 5, but it's sort of how those 5 get done. So for me, one of the things that I have used for years is a bullet journal. This is my new one for the quarter, but that brand new, it's just started off putting things in it, things that I want to be doing again. Sprint to the beginning for 2019 is waiting, and then there's always an index, and this is just how I set it up, and some goals, 18 goals plus a few extras for the rest of 2018. Is my book list. I've got some room for some specific goals, which I think will come under the things I just talked about. Content planning, now that's for you. And then I just do what's happening in a particular month and specific goals for that month. And then I basically get into the daily logs and just room to space things out. I am not the person who puts pretty colours and draws daisies on my bullet journal. I'm sorry, it's really practical. It's just it's a great space to put stuff so it doesn't get lost. Now here's one that I've just filled up, and I don't know, what can I show you? It's full. It's pretty well chocker, and it includes things like pea soup, which is interesting, isn't it? All sorts of things. Now this is about organising. I was just making some notes that I wanted to make for some work that I was doing. The other side of me being an organiser, and it all went down in here, so I'm not losing it. It goes in the index. I know where it is, and I can always go back and find it. And also it just means it keeps me on track for each day as well. So each day, each month, and I've got a stack of these. I can go back about 4 years with these, I think. So I'm definitely going to talk to you about those. If you want me to, let me know. If you don't want me to, then just tell me and I won't, because it might, some of you it might be really boring. But productivity is huge for me, and I like to sort of block out time and do things when I say I'm going to do them. But then life intervenes, so you have to be flexible. But let me show you. Thank goodness these were bought, before July, or I wouldn't have been able to have them. I have these 2 cutie pie little timers. Now look, this one goes from 1, 3, 5, and 7. And all you do is you turn it over onto the, oh, I've turned it off. See, beeps. So it shows a light when you've got it going, and now it will beep at the end of 3 minutes. All I have to do is to turn it straight back up again. It's off. I'm actually going to turn that one off because I don't want to run the battery. This is the one, however, that I use all the time. Do you know how much you can get done in 15 minutes? So it goes 5, 15, 30 and an hour. Now I set 30 for my reading. I set 15 for anything I'm cleaning or whistling around doing the zone cleaning. So you just turn it up, leave it, off it goes, flashing away quite happily. Tells me it's on, end of 15 minutes, it beeps. You can sort of hear it, that's what it's going to sound like. And it's fantastic. It's as simple as they come, and I'm going to turn it off again now, save battery, and yeah, I love them. So they've been really useful, funny little tool for productivity that I hadn't ever thought about. So that's my take on July. Let me know what you think, and if you're going to follow along, see what you want to do for your reset for July, and that way we can do it together. I've still got some catching up to do from when I was away and from when I just got to the point where I really didn't feel like doing anything, but mostly I've caught up with everything. I think I have to do the pantry, I really have to do the study, but I want to do something different in there. See, that's the creativity thing. I just want to do something different in there. So let me know what you think, and if you'd like to see a bit more of this, then don't forget to subscribe, follow along, follow me on Instagram to see what I'm up to on a daily basis, and yeah, let friends and family know if you think they'd be interested in resetting their mid-year and getting underway for the rest of 2018, because 2019 is coming up apace. I'll be back with another video on getting these little things done that are part of the hangovers from the rest of the year. But that's part of cleaning up my whole act for July, and I'll let you know how I'm going. I hope that whatever you're doing, you're having a lovely day, and I will see you soon. Bye.